This video is about Max Bruch's Violin Concerto No. 1 in G minor. I will explain the most important things about the work and the composer. Max Bruch was a German composer and conductor of the 19th century. He was born in Cologne in 1838 and died in Berlin in 1920. Bruch was a versatile composer who wrote numerous works in various genres, including operas, choral works, and chamber music. He is best known, however, for his works for violin, in particular, the Violin Concerto No. 1 in G minor, which has a firm place in the classical music repertoire. The Violin Concerto No. 1 in G minor, Op. 26, was composed between 1864 and 1866 and premiered in 1866. Bruch worked intensively on this work, seeking advice from the famous violinist Joseph Joachim to ensure that the concerto was both technically challenging and musically expressive. The concerto was well received after its premiere and quickly established itself as one of the most important works in the violin repertoire. It remains one of the most frequently played and most popular violin concertos to this day. The Violin Concerto No. 1 in G minor consists of three movements: prelude, allegro moderato, adagio, and finale, allegro energico. The first movement begins with a slow introduction that leads into the dramatic main theme. The adagio in the second movement is known for its lyrical beauty and emotional depth. The third movement is a lively and energetic finale that concludes the concerto with a powerful climax. The structure of the concerto demonstrates Bruch's ability to combine melody and virtuosity. The Violin Concerto No. 1 in G minor is characterized by its melodic beauty and technical brilliance. The solo violin plays a central role and is present throughout, with many demanding passages and lyrical moments. Bruch uses a rich orchestration that supports and complements the solo violin. The harmonic language of the concerto is romantic and emotional, with many dynamic contrasts and moments of tension. These characteristics make the concerto a captivating listening experience. Since its premiere, the Violin Concerto No. 1 in G minor has received consistently positive reviews and is equally popular with violinists and audiences. It has been recorded and performed by many famous violinists, including Jaska Heifetz, Itzhak Perlman, and Anne-Sophie Mutter. The concerto has also influenced many composers who have written similar works for violin and orchestra. The concerto's enduring popularity demonstrates the timeless quality of Bruch's music. Max Bruch was a successful composer and conductor who worked in various musical centers in Europe. He held positions in Mannheim, Koblenz, and Berlin and traveled extensively to perform his works. Bruch's personal experiences and love of music are reflected in his compositions. The Violin Concerto No. 1 in G minor shows his ability to combine deeply felt emotions and technical brilliance. This combination made him an outstanding representative of romantic music. The Violin Concerto No. 1 in G minor can be compared to other famous violin concertos of his time, such as those by Mendelssohn and Brahms. Compared to Mendelssohn's concerto, Bruch's work is characterized by its dramatic intensity and rich orchestration. Compared to Brahms' concerto, Bruch's work is more lyrical and melodic, with a greater emphasis on emotional expressiveness. These differences make Bruch's concerto a unique contribution to the violin repertoire. The Violin Concerto No. 1 in G minor is an important work of 19th-century Romantic music. The Romantic movement emphasized the expression of feelings and the creation of evocative images through music. Bruch's concerto perfectly embodies these principles, with its emotional depth and technical virtuosity. Romantic music was a reaction to the rational and structured compositions of the classical period, emphasizing the individuality and creativity of the artist. Bruch's work is an excellent example of this. The Violin Concerto No. 1 in G minor has been performed and recorded by many famous violinists and orchestras. Each performance brings new nuances and insights to the work. Violinists such as Jaska Heifetz, Itzhak Perlman, and Anne-Sophie Mutter have had the concerto in their repertoire. Modern performances often use historical performance practices to present Bruch's music as authentically as possible. This diversity of interpretations keeps the work alive and relevant for today's listeners.